going to do our reaction to Critical Role Exandria Unlimited Divergence Episode 2. So I didn't do the 8-hour. I did a little bit of the 8-hour Jeopardy. Final episode of Campaign 3. And I didn't do Exandria Unlimited Divergence Episode 1. I didn't watch it. I don't know why. I guess I just flaked out. I may do it.
Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of Exandria Unlimited Divergence. A story of heroic adventurers dying of exposure in the ashy rain. The first D&D campaign where multiple PCs maybe go down because of pneumonia. Let's get excited. Before we get started, we have a few announcements. Matt, you want to come take it over and take us away? Let's go for it.
Okay.
Alrighty, so tonight's sponsor is an oldie but a goodie, NordVPN. Sam.
NordVPN is the fastest VPN on the planet, offering amazing features like enjoying your favorite streaming content anywhere in the world, a dark web monitor to guard your online accounts, and they can foil scams and malware with threat protection. They're great VPN, one of our favorite sponsors, so please head on over to nordvpn.com and
Attention! Time violation detected.
Oh shit. He's back.
what the hell? What? Where did you? Who are you?
I am Time Cop, policing the time streams to protect against illegal temporal manipulation. And at night, I serve as a security guard at Ross Dress for Less.
Wait, what? What? Have I committed a time crime?
You are wearing the same clothing as every other Divergence advertisement. Your facial hair has not grown. Time Cop has surmised that all of the Divergence ads were pre-recorded on the same day, over the course of an hour, max.
And that's against the law?
A felony. Time Regulation 420.69. Nice. Clearly states that all new content must be fresh. Including sponsorship skits. This is not funny. You claim NordVPN is a beloved sponsor, yet you violate their rights.
Okay, it's fine. I admit it. We shot all these ads together because we're lazy. What's the punishment? A fine? A warning? What?
You will be issued a ticket to hell.
Shit!
Okay, wait. Okay, what if I invent a brand new character on the fly for this ad? That would make it fresh content, right?
You mean improvise. Technically, improv is compliant with time law.
Okay. Then, Time Cop, give me a suggestion, like a location, any place. Just
Time Cop is not good at thinking on the fly. Give Time Cop a second to think.
Maybe a dentist's office is yeah.
Negative. Time Cop will come up with something. Just give Time Cop some time. Wait, how ironic that Time Cop needs time. Time. System overloading. Time.
Okay. Well, he's shorting out. You should hurry over to nordvpn.com/criticalrole. Our viewers get an extra subscription time with their order and try it risk-free now with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Matt, back to you.
Time. A dentist office. Wait, you said that already. Why is this so hard? I should have taken classes at the Groundlings.
Oh my god. And we recently announced a brand new board game from Darrington Press called Solar Garden.
Wait, what?
In this...
We make games.
Oh my God!
Isn't that crazy? In this tile drafting game, players take on the role of a visionary architect specializing in carbon-neutral engineering to build a rooftop garden in harmony with nature.
That's awesome.
Love to do that anyway. But gather points by building things like solar farms and windmill systems to create tranquil garden environments. Embrace the power of creativity and optimism in solar gardens. Come on.
Stop, Sean.
Gen Con! So go and take a look for it there.
Speaking of games,
I
lure my sword and dice set. This is what we have available. The dice are designed by Leia Rondo, and the box artwork is by Nikki Doss.
Woo!
So cool. And I'm gonna pull them out for you.
My girl Laura.
Wow. They're really really pretty.
Can't see them.
What I roll?
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, natural 20!
Natural 20! Yes!
Guaranteed they all have
Oh,
that
no one's gonna believe it. No one's gonna believe it because it's an ad, but it's not. It's long.
Natural
It's
20?
true.
Hey,
That's amazing.
meant
And
to
you
be.
get this awesome bag with it.
Can I have those?
Go look for them.
Look up for
Well, that's the problem with voice
I
actors.
don't know where they're at, but they're
Actors,
available.
so nobody believes it.
a woman right there.
Part of the job, I guess.
Brilliant. I,
Because
one, love those
make
dice.
a lot out of
Two,
job a lot.
I think that concludes our announcements. So, Brennan, get back in here.
Actors.
We did it.
Liar. Hey, Brendan.
Wonderful announcements, Matt. Ahem. And with that, let's jump right into tonight's episode of Exandria Unlimited Divergence.
I'm gonna put the ads. I'm gonna put I love the show. I love the show. Great, powerful love. It's powers. Obliged. That's a great. Good drama is good drama. These guys might come in the spot. So, of course, all my roll videos are demonetized because it's copyrighted. I don't mind it. It's their show. I'm just watching it, really. But I do have 30 cats. So if you can. I have to my Patreon account is not working, so I have to redo it. So but if you guys can reach out and help out, that would be pretty awesome. That would be pretty awesome.
We return to the Ravenmist Peninsula in the south of Guisar, a continent that has not yet earned the name Taldore, in an age long past where a group of straggling survivors escape the ruin of the prison of Rybad Cold, headed north towards a whisper or a promise of safety. A community known as Torm's Hill. Pockets of civilization here in the height of calamity are few and far between. It's only been less than 2 years since you were there, but 2 years is normally long enough for a group of people trying to survive the calamity to be found and slaughtered. Who knows what you will find, or if indeed you will even live long enough to find it. After the events, mysterious, divine, cosmic in ways, and yet oh so very real, that unfolded. Shattered stone, lightning and thunder, roots growing before your very eyes, lights of some strange insect, so very wild and mundane, and yet also so otherworldly, around the locket of your sister. Scattered from the other companions of your gang, sent forward into the unknown, you have been traveling for days, following a stretch of magically conjured woodland, hiding from the eyes of whatever this world now holds, now that up is down and chaos reigns. We return to the moments after the falling of Starmie and Fiddle Flask and the witnessing of a colossal figure moving across the landscape. Crocus at your feet, made of thick leather cord and clasped in dragon ivory. A gift from a god whose care is as profound as it is fleeting and glibly given. The lightning fades, and you are left in dark forest. And you do the only thing you can. Put one weary foot in front of the other. You are 3 days from where you believe Torm's Hill to be. Some of you have 2 levels of exhaustion already. Starmian just became rid of his very last, now knowing rest that you do not. You have 3 days left, assuming your party can move at regular speed. However, if enough of you hit that 2nd level of exhaustion, that 3 days might turn into 6. So, let's see if you all die before even a single combat. Go ahead and give me a group survival check. We need a DC 15.
Alright, who's next?
I'm still
You're
carrying
rolling
the children.
Still carrying children, but that doesn't affect your survival checks.
Okay.
That affects your constitution saving
I will, just to say it out loud, I did put on the belt.
You put on the belt.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
As just a, well, I have a belt now.
This is where the belt goes.
The reverence that all vestiges deserve.
If we would pass this
Oh,
to Alex.
There you are.
Your strength score is 21.
Jesus Christ.
It's not even a full level.
Not even a full. Yeah, this is a bunch of vestiges going to challenge rating 1/8 NPC stat block. Let's hope for the best,
so much closer
huh?
to the truth of what happens in violent situations.
Advantage for
I mean,
me.
if you
One level
knife
of
somebody in the
with
stomach, they
disadvantage,
usually
does
die.
it? Or-
It is.
It is.
Oh wait, I am.
Fierce.
You hit somebody in the rock,
Can't get
the
much
rock
lower
in
than
the
that.
head pretty hard,
4.
they usually die. And
8.
when you have
16.
350 hit points per person,
13.
you don't die.
I'm going to need
You know, a rock hits your
constitution
head and
saves from
it bounces
everybody.
off.
But your first of
Nothing
3
happens to you.
days,
But in reality, this is the real.
because I believe you're being
That-
carried by
the
God
original
at this
D&D,
point as well.
True. Yes.
Gotcha.
8th level. is the
Natural
highest level you
20.
get.
Let's
Thank
go.
goodness.
Natural 20 on that con save.
16.
16. Hell yeah.
God, you said Constitution?
Constitution save. You take another level of exhaustion. I believe you're at 2 now, correct? Your speed is halved.
10.
10. Level of exhaustion.
My speed is now half.
Minus 9.
Another level of exhaustion.
So I'm at 3 now?
You are at 3.
Happens at 3.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Cool.
Now, several of you have your speed halved. Garin is a lot harder to carry than Phaedra. So, you now have 4 days left of travel, unless anyone can think of something clever in this moment that they want to do.
Give me a carry card. No, she can't.
Your speed is halved too. You need someone to carry you.
I don't know how many more people I can carry.
I think we're just gonna slow it. I think we're slowed down.
You're doing enough, Crocus. Yeah.
I feel pretty good, actually.
That's good. That new. How are you liking the belt?
Where's this belt?
Looks good on you.
Thanks.
Why is it the
Never had a belt before.
6th level intelligence?
proud of you.
So interesting.
Thanks.
Belt.
Like Grog and Rokus.
Next time, give me another survival check. Rolling with disadvantage.
Well, that was.
Oh, this is disadvantage.
Yep.
Disadvantage.
Great. Sick. Gorgeous. Okay, that doesn't change much. 13.
13. 6. 6.
5.
5.
10.
Go ahead.
Game, guys.
It's been a really good game. Go ahead and give me Constitution saving throws.
And now I also have disadvantage on this, right? Okay. I swear to God. You got it. You guys, I need to.
15.
Okay.
Dexterity 4.
I believe that you now have 2 days left. What do we get for con save?
16.
16. You save.
12.
12 saves.
Oh, hallelujah.
17.
Saves.
2.
2.
17.
17 saves. So, some of you are at 3. You're at 3.
At 2.
You're at 2 exhaustion levels. You're at 2. You're at 0.
0 still.
Crocus is a creature of legend.
Sweet dragon.
Also, these sweet little kids have not made like any saves at all. You know, like they've been like you carrying them on your back with no exhaustion. And right here we have 1.
He just doesn't know that he's fucked.
I just
he
don't.
just doesn't
I have
know.
no
Yeah.
concept of that I'm
Phaedra.
Carpenter rules.
So
Yeah.
There are 2 days left.
yeah.
You are at the 4th level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Your hit point max is halved. Nia, you see, Jasmine, can you describe for us what Phaedra is looking like at
Phaedra
this point?
just looks like a haggard shell, just cracked, bleeding lips, vacant eyes. Like at this point, if anyone talks to her, she's not even like. She already looks like she's like got 1 foot out of this world. It's bad. I think even you have never seen me in this state.
You don't look good.
I don't feel good. Yeah.
Well, can I help?
I don't know if you can. I think you're doing all the help that you can. You're doing a good job, Crocus.
Okay.
I don't want you to worry about me, okay?
That's my job.
I know.
Let me share the load. Arrow will kneel down and scoop Phaedra up onto his back, and sort of like piggyback style, so that you don't have to walk.
Scooping you up, this will cancel the disadvantage on any Constitution saving throws you have to make. If you have to make a Constitution saving throw, you will do so with disadvantage, carrying her on your back. And Phaedra, you see Arrow, with no fanfare at all, hoist you up on his back to continue trudging through. This has been different worlds for you. You're used to, you've come up in prison of Rybad Cole, back in your city life as the leader of this gang where your small stature was at some points an inconvenience, but never life or death. There are roots every 2 to 3 feet that other people step over absent-mindedly that require a tremendous exertion of effort from you to get over. It is a very cruel and unfair world out here in the rain and ash.
I think as I'm on Arrow's back, I whisper to you, or not trying to whisper, but just I can't muster up more. I just say, I don't know how you do this. I thought I was strong. I was foolish enough to believe that I understood this world. In a weird way, everything made so much sense before we left Rybad Cole. And now out here, it's just, there's no logic, there's no order to it. It's just, how do you do it?
How long were you in Rybad?
How long was I in Rybad Cole?
You were in there for about 4 or 5 years.
Oh, okay, yeah. 4 or 5 years. Before that, it was just, city living, and it was tough. It wasn't, had to do a lot of stuff just to make it, but it wasn't like this.
Repetition can make the impossible seem commonplace, maybe. I've lived in the wastes better part of my life.
Yeah.
You learn to stomach it with time.
Well, if I do last long enough to do this again, we'll see. And I hope you're right.
2 days left. Give me a group survival check.
Everything's a disadvantage.
Yeah, this is disadvantage. I'm excited for that nat 20 you're going to announce to everyone, Leo.
That's great.
We got
14.
14.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20! Nat 20.
2.
2. 1.
Oh no, you didn't make me better, I made you worse.
Nat 20 and a 14. Great. I'm going to need Constitution saves. You will not be rolling with disadvantage.
Okay.
I am.
Oh no.
What's that?
Plus.
Hi, baby.
2.
2.
Yeah.
All right. 12.
17.
17.
10.
10. Level of exhaustion.
Okay, there it is. Finally.
Oh, first one.
You two are okay.
He's first exhausted.
Level of exhaustion.
I'm at 2.
You're at 2.
5?
You're at 5 levels of exhaustion. Your speed is reduced to 0. The last day, the trees get wider and wider. This narrow strip is broadening out. Arrow, you are aware of 2 things simultaneously. The ground is becoming more uneven, topographically. You're getting higher in altitude. It's been raining for days. The threat now, everything that was the threat of thirst is now the threat of sickness and pneumonia. It's the threat of chill, and you can feel on your back, Phaedra's speed has been reduced to 0. Phaedra is struggling to breathe as a powerful infection sets in her lungs. She's on the verge of drowning on your back, held up by your arms, just in her own breath, the feebleness of her own lungs, like robbing her life from her.
You told me last time we gathered that Torm's Hill is relatively close on that map to another place that I know.
Yes.
Right? So I think that Arrow is bad off himself, nowhere near as bad as his new companion, his cargo. But his vision is going double from time to time, and he's just focusing on putting one foot in front of the other and taking some strength from his proximity to old haunts.
It's pretty bad.
Crocus goes over to the children's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take one of them?
Yes.
He hands off one of the kids and then goes over to Arrow.
Oh, yeah.
Let me take her.
Mark would have went
And
missing.
just kind of plucks you off and like
Then
cradles
the
you
black
underneath
cat.
with one arm.
Arrow's gonna plant his hand like above his head on your peck for a second and just like pat it,
Yesterday,
and then start to hobble forward.
and last night, yesterday.
You can
Cyrano.
see
I don't know where she is. We're a little worried.
you smell it with the sort of
They're
like
cats. They come and they
draconic
go.
snout.
And also there was some neighbors who
Arrow's
came over.
feet
And they were really
he's
fond
been
of
leading
cats.
the way the whole time
So
and
maybe
kind
they
of
picked
cutting
her up
through
and
the first
took
layer
her,
of
and that
brush,
would be good.
getting up through
That would
here,
mean that you have
and you can see
much nicer
just a thin trickle of
life
blood
when I can get
from
here.
where his scales have
Hopefully that's what
split
happened.
from the soaking mud and rain moving forward through this place.
Do you want me to go first?
No. I'm familiar with the area. Just keep pressing forward.
Okay.
Almost there.
And you know this one there, right? He's trustworthy, he knows where we're going.
Yes. He guided me to where we were supposed to be going before we got captured. I know him. I trust him. Even when we're all a little worse for wear, he's still the guy I know.
I trust you. I trust him.
Kind of like lean into you, both of us just kind of almost leaning on each other for strength as we kind of hobble forward and fall lockstep with him.
Nia, she sort of sees how rocky and rough Phaedra is, right? So I think it's not wise, but she's not very wise. She is a little bit, but she takes her cloak off and sort of tries to like bundle Phaedra if she can, just to keep whatever heat that she has close to her.
You bundle up a halfling who was wiry and scrawny and scrappy at the best of times and has been walking without food for a week, so is skeletal. And the cloak goes around you, and I think also Crocus's enormous torso is something like an umbrella. And you
Yeah,
feel
definitely
yourself
holding you underneath, like kind of walking on 3 limbs now, just holding one.
At this point, I don't think Phaedra can even get the words to come out of her mouth, but she just looks at you. Thank you.
Nia nods, exhausted with her 2 levels of exhaustion. Doesn't have words back, but there's that thing of like, it is unending.
Thanks.
Of course.
It's gonna be okay.
Era, as you push forward, you begin to recognize these woods. You are... If you were all well, you could be there by nightfall. As it stands, stumbling through the dark and the rain and the mud, you will have one more day of travel to arrive there. And if it is as you remember it, you will get to safety and the ability to actually rest and potentially skirt Phaedra from the very jaws of death if she can find a warm fire and medicine, just a structure, any structure to get out of the rain. It occurs to you in this moment that is if Torm's Hill is still there.
To that point, when we, unless you're throwing something at us, when we stop for the night, as I have on past nights, Arrow will fall to his knees in the mud and plant his hands in it. And it's slow, way slower than the past times that the group has seen him do this, but he tries to mold the earth into a lean-to, and it's so wet and muddy that it takes probably 15 or 20 minutes, but dry earth slowly starts to push up through the mud, and after a half hour, I'll say he comes up with a crude lean-to, and then also is able to create a bonfire like he has, but it's small, barely holding on in the weather.
Fire sputters and burns.
How do you do that?
Part of it is spending so much time out here. But when I was young, a man who was like an uncle to me showed me how.
I don't know how to do anything like that. Huh?
Well, if we make it through the week, maybe I could show you how.
Okay.
You see here by the fire, Phaedra shivering under the cloak, Garin blowing breath on his one hand. You see Kaz, as he goes by the Green Dragonborn, looks over at Gond. You see Gond has his long bugbear ears flattened with rain to his head, and he has wrapped up in his cloak Starmian's body. You see Gond going... You see Kaz looks over and goes, "Yeah. You know, Gond, good night. We don't have to carry..." And you see Gond just looks up with this pitiful expression, and Kaz thinks better of giving brutal and pragmatic advice. I think you see Kaz realize on some level that leaving the body here in these strange woods to rot would be a different kind of death, and that some things that are symbols and stories actually keep you alive in a different way.
I've heated and opened up another and have not done this every night, but another pine cone. And taloned hand places 3 of those seeds into Gon's palm. And then I go to the worst of us, not myself, but everyone else, and plants 1 in their hand.
Phaedra, with one of these, I will ask you to, even though this is not necessarily how the spell works, to hold on to a d6.
Oh boy.
I will also give mine to Phaedra.
Cool. You give yours to Phaedra as well. Next day, final day of travel. Let's roll these survival checks.
One level of exhaustion, is this a disadvantage for the survival check?
That one! Ooh, it's tough out here, folks. 18.
Let's do these two.
Really well.
12.
12.
You said survival?
Survival.
Even 13.
13.
Ooh, okay. 12.
Okay, 12. This is going to be another set of constitution saves.
And
So,
Disadvantage.
you are rolling straight, not with disadvantage.
I'm rolling straight, so I only have 2.
With 2 points of exhaustion, which is what I got right now, is
You
that?
don't get disadvantage on saves with 2. That's a 3.
Okay, so, and without Phaedra no longer on me, it's a straight roll for me for Constitution. It was disadvantage once because I was carrying.
For her to roll straight, you have to roll with disadvantage.
No, but I'm Crocus is carrying.
Oh, Crocus, so you're rolling disadvantage on this. Cool.
That's a 20.
Okay.
What did we get here for Constitution?
6.
6. You take another. How many do you have?
3.
3. Disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
13.
13. That succeeds. So you're at 2 or at 3?
2.
You're at 2. Incredible. Nia's got some spirit within her. That is.
Me and my sister, I'm like, listen, girl, I'm coming, honey. I'm coming.
Indefatigable.
13 as well.
Crocus, you succeed as well. So I think you're still at
1.
Still at 1. Just a monster out of legend. Just,
Also resistant to cold, so.
oh! Well, there you go. That explains it.
Yeah. 12.
12?
Yeah.
You succeed. And do not die.
All right.
5 levels is the most you can have without dying.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I really wanted to do a series at Critical Role where a hike through the woods was the scariest shit.
Yeah.
I think you succeed. 9. You get another level of exhaustion. You're
at 3.
You're at 3 now. Your party. You see Celeste is at 4 levels of exhaustion. Gond is at 2. Coswald is at 3 levels of exhaustion. You know, your Marlath is at 2 levels of exhaustion. There's a group of you that is just like no one is walking basically at full speed. The only person who could run right now is Crocus.
Where would he run to?
Where would he run to? And as you move through, you begin to see the forest fan out. And as it does, trees begin to part. Rain continues to fall. And though there are still storm clouds everywhere, you look and behold a thicket of briar. Arrow, you see this enormous, huge gulch of thorns. There used to be a secret passage in here somewhere that you knew about. That secret passage is torn wide open. You see there are wagon ruts and muddy boot prints and everything just moving in as fast as they can into these woods ahead of you. And in the distance somewhere, you think you hear a clang of like something on metal. There's like a snap of a rope, and you think even through the woods, as the rain continues to fall, you can still hear what you think are voices, even through the dense rainfall.
So help me, the briar has been blasted outward or broken? Toward us?
Looks non-magical. It looks like the briar has literally been widened out and pulled apart. This was a place that was supposed to be hidden from emperors of the, from soldiers of the Strife Emperor, and is now something else entirely. It looks like any pretense of being hidden is gone, and you can see, just again as a wanderer, more sets of footprints than you can count. But there's a certain
heading out,
heading in,
in.
and you look at them, and you're looking for soldiers' boot prints. Some of the people that were traveling here were barefoot. You see that there were. It looks like chaos, just things going in towards what you remember as Torm's Hill.
And it's raining on us, so does it feel to me that this is... I'm hearing stuff, so this is recent?
Quite recent. You I think some of you guys can clearly hear like a voice being like in the far distance through the rain and muffled by trees, but a voice being like, further back here.
I pull my hood of my cloak off so that my gold visage is very clear. Stay behind me. Let's film people.
That we did.
And he pulls his hammer and kind of clutches it tightly. It's as tight in his hand as he can, as exhausted as he is, but just ready.
Nia, following Garin, takes Starmian's letter opener and just sort of tries to hide it, but just in case, she keeps it ready.
Crocus stands up after walking on all fours for a while, still holding Vidra, kind of maneuvers the child to be sitting on his shoulder as opposed to on his back.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to put his hand on the shoulder of the Dragonborn that sold the other Dragonborns out. Marlath. He just puts his hand on Marlath's shoulder and goes, "Come."
And he walks with you. As you enter, I will describe to you a place that at this moment exists only in Arrow's memory. And I need to describe to you a place that exists only in his memory because I need you to understand how strange what he now sees is. Torm's Hill was a hill so named for a single dwarven smith who lived in what is called by some a strong home. Basically, a single dwarven family makes a cottage, but by the standards of other folk, that cottage looks like a tiny castle, right? Like, it's the standard of dwarven living that to other people that aren't familiar with hill dwarves would think, oh, that's a lot for a house. But it was under a hill, so it was sod-covered, grass and trees grew on it, but you could see a little sort of chimney, and there was work that was done there. That, a long time ago, at the beginning of the Calamity, was overtaken by a group of goblins, and after that, the goblins fled to go join the Strife Emperor's armies, and a group of very secretive halflings came who created the sort of briar wall around it and created a small community that you would have known run by two older matriarchs. Clasara Bandy, an older halfling matriarch, and her wife, Nez Pilch, a goblin matriarch, that basically ran a small community, or not even ran, tended to a large community of survivors, usually about 2 to 3 dozen people. So whenever you went to Torm's Hill, it was a couple of structures around an old dwarven strong home in deep forest with large briars around it that kept it hidden in a little rill of sort of 2 legs of the foothills of a mountain series. Hard to see, right? You'd fly overhead, couldn't see it from a distance, couldn't see it through the trees. As you walk through in this area at the very south of the Stormpoint Mountains, in an area called the Hallow Root Hills.
Because I need to check some things
This
in my bank.
place that
other
at
private
its
stuff that I
peak
don't necessarily want to share on
housed
YouTube.
about 2 to 3 dozen people. Currently has about 1,200 people. Wagons, sleds, bodies on the ground, torches being lit. As you begin to approach through the woods, you see people sort of stumbling. There's you can see there's an area where they've just piled up